Hi there, welcome to Darlene's Creative Studio. I just wanted to show you the ephemera packs that I'm putting together. While I've been doing the 100-day project over on Instagram, I have been purging my stash and making ephemera for journals. And as I was purging through some of my stuff, I realized I had tons and tons of extra tags and envelopes and pouches. So I thought what I would do was take some of my stash and make up little ephemera packs. I have these little bags, and they were sandwich bags that I cut down to make more of like a gift bag. And these were just craft colored bags. And I just took some collaging papers and stuff and decorated the outsides of the bags. Now this particular paper that is on the front of the bag is from a book. When I was purging my stash, I was pulling stuff out of crevices and found a bunch of stash of old books and stuff that I had bought. And this particular book was an AI reader from 1882. And it was it was just story pages. It was just text. And it was all different stories by Edgar Allan Poe, and I don't know, I can't even remember half of them. But it was a really, really old book. I bought it for $4 at an antique store, but when you opened it up, it was just columns of text. And the paper felt really interesting. You can actually feel the texture of where they typed the words. You can kind of feel, if you rub your finger along it, you can actually feel it's almost embossed. So I really didn't want to throw the magazine away, and I thought it would be good for collaging. So that is what is actually on the cover of the paper bags. And then I just started going through some of my fussy cuts and my washi stickers and my rubber stamps, and I just quickly decorated the bags. I do have tons of bird fussy cuts. These were some of the washi stickers that I received. And then as I was collaging them, the next day I received my Creative Studio, it's your Creative Studio mailer box that comes in. It's journaling stickers and washi and stuff. And some of these were actually from the March box. The stamp and this little piece of paper and these vellum labels were part of, and this little flower was also part of. So I just opened the box and oohed and awed over it, and then I grabbed some of the things and finished collaging the bags. But I've just kind of started putting the bags together, and I just wanted to quickly show you what I've got so far. And then I'm just going to finish it all up and put it all together nice and neatly. But I've just been throwing things in there, and there might end up being a couple of more smaller things once I get it going. But this is some of the items that are going to be in this bag, and then I'm actually going to include some papers. And again, I have old magazines and old books, and I want to use the paper up. So that's some of the things that you will be getting. I had a lot of handmade envelopes and stuff like that. So I've just kind of, these were things I thrown in at the last minute. So these are some of the things that I'm going to put together nice and neatly, but I've just started throwing them in. So every single bag will come with a napkin, and I'm going to leave the white part intact, but they're just the small little cocktail napkins. I think half of them have this one in it, and the other half have one with a bird on the front of it, but it's got flowers and stuff. So every single one of them will come with a napkin. Every single one of them will come with a vintage postcard. And the nice thing about these postcards, if you don't like the picture on the front, put something else on the front of it, but the back will be blank. So you can scan the back and use it again for something else. But collage the front, and then you've made your own postcard. Oop, you can pretty it up and do whatever you want with it. I also had a book that had a whole bunch of movie ladies from, I think it was, this one says 1926, so it was really early on. And I just cut out all the pictures, and I was going to use them for something. And anyway, I came across this big pile of them. So everybody's getting some sort of a picture of either an actress or a picture card. I am including a film negative, a blank one, and I'm including a film negative with a film in it. And these are very easy to take out. You literally just have to, where the words are upside down, you want to punch near the bottom, you just hold it and punch your thumb through the film, and that one edge will pop out. and then you just grab a hold of the film negative and hold this side and pull the negative out. You just have to be very careful because these are fairly flimsy, thin Kodak film holders. So if you want to keep the negative in there, keep the negative in there, but a lot of them I pull this out and then I put some paper on it, and then I'll stick my own little photo on the back and put a little eyelet there and hang it from something. Actually, I'll show you one of the ones that I've made. It's right here. So this is one of the Kodak. See, it's the back. I've just covered it in paper, cut out the inside hole, and then attached a photo and then an eyelet, so I can hang that from a book. So that's something you can do with those. And then that was just a little tag that I threw in there. I am including some whale tail tabs. There is 3 sets of 3 different kinds of paper. So there's like a file folder color, some from recipe book pages, and then some from my scrapbooking paper. And then I did add some of the other tabs, and these are the ones that are folded in half. And these are from black and craft paper, but there's 4 sets of tabs in there. And then some of these little envelopes, they're all handmade, and I've included different things in each of them. So for this one, I've included a die cut shape, so you can use that as a frame over something. And I had kept all my little die cuts, so I don't know why I did that, but I did. You're going to receive 3 little pieces of die cut from scrapbooking, so you can use those for labels. And then when I was punching the film negatives out, I kept the edges, and these are kind of cool on it. I don't know if I did it. Yes, I've actually glued them onto this black and white envelope. So these are kind of neat to use as decorating for your collaging and stuff. So I put 4 of those little pieces in there. So that's the first one. This one is, I've included some postage stamps. I purchased these, a big batch of postage stamps, and they came on pink envelopes. I think a lady had done a mailing, but there's a little dog that says love. There's a couple different ones there. And then there's 4 that are seashells, 4 different seashells. And then I've included 2 blank postage stamp cutouts, and then 2 actual postage stamps that I've created. So that's your little postage stamp one. And then again, another envelope that you can glue or use or collage or do whatever you like with it. And this one just has a blank circle on one side. And these are from very, very old book pages. So they're nice and thin and they're nicely colored. And then these 2 just have text on them. And then I've just given you a shape from one of my die cuts, 2 of them, a little heart, and then a square of, so this is just all different scraps and stuff. And I think what I might put in here for this one is one of my coffee filters, the tea stain coffee filters. I think that will fit in there as well. And that will just go in there. So those are those 3 little envelopes that are filled with stuff, and you can reuse the envelopes. And then I've included, these are the movie star book pages from the early 1900s. You can use the envelope. I'm not writing anything on the envelopes. And then in this envelope, there is another, you'll find another envelope from the movie series. It will either be a tall one or a short one. I've just put all those different shape ones in there. So you're going to receive 2 envelopes. I've included an old photo from a photo album that I purchased at an antique store. And these 2 little guys, I think there's 4 little boys, and they always seem to be featured doing something really silly in these photos. They're having a birthday party with great grandpa, it looks like. And then I've included some of the, what are these called? I forgot the name of them. It's a set of writing cards, journaling cards. It's like a day project, something. Anyway, they're journaling cards. And I bought a great big huge box of them at the thrift store, and it was filled. It was brand new. I don't think anybody had even used it. So I had tons and tons of these cards. So I thought you guys could decoupage these and make them whatever you like, into whatever you like. So you've got that little pouch that you can reuse. Stay open. And again, the pouches are all different. There's tall ones, there's other envelopes, there's that. And then what I've included is just a bunch of different tags that I have in my stash. So we have some white ones. Some of them have like a gold strip across the bottom. These are from a flower book that I made. And this is a long skinny tag with some craft paper on the back. This is just a blank kind of cardstock color. This is a game card that I decorated with maps to make it like a little travel one. And I might include a blank game card as well. And then just some different shaped tags as well. There's all different kinds. And then the different shapes. There's some more smaller ones. A little tiny blue one. This is from the Hummingbird book pages when I made those little envelope journals. There was strips cut off the book page. They're actually got this gray blue color. There's another one. This is from the Tim Hortons sleeves that you get around your coffee. I made the little corrugated tag. And then these are some of the tags that I received in some of my Creative Studio box, monthly mailer boxes. I had so many of them, I just thought I would kind of dole them out. And again, I may throw a few more pieces in there, like a couple of Tim Holtz goodies. I have a big stash of Tim Holtz cutouts, die cuts. I might throw a couple of those in there. So you might get a few extra little things as I finish up with the process of doing all that. So that's what's in the bag. And then I'm going to try and include this lovely green tissue paper. So you'll get a little piece of that. And then these were some, it's really thin paper. It looks like it's not handmade paper, but it was inside when I was ripping apart some binders. It was in a padded photo album in between two pieces of cardboard. And it's really thin and it's got a really nice texture. So I'm going to include a piece of that as well. Let me just move these out of the way. So those are the 3 extra little pieces I was going to throw in there. And then for some book pages, so that's just the little stuff. And then I'm going to include, I've cut up all my music books, some of the old ones that I've had that were just like 2 or 3 pages. So I'm going to include a strip of music page. I'm going to include this very, very, very old dictionary. It is very thin and very aged. So you'll get one of those dictionary pages. And again, these are all books that I had on my shelf that were very old and I didn't know what to do with them. I thought I'm going to start tearing them apart and letting people use the papers. This is my Korean book. It was a book on Shakespeare. And I made some tags. One of my tutorials, I show you how to make tags by putting vellum over these and putting a fussy cut in between. And this is kind of the background. So everyone will get one of these Korean Shakespeare pages. I'm going to give everyone one of these vintage. They've aged. It's so lovely, and the color of it is just so wonderful. It's aged really well. This is a shorthand book, so you're going to get one of those. And then I had these old magazines, and I've got a couple other ones stashed away too that I have to do something with. This is called Munsey Magazine, and this is May 1902. So there's that magazine that I took apart. And then I have Good Housekeeping. This is October 1914. So I've taken these 2 magazines apart. And I'm going to give you a page from the Munsey magazine. And it might just be text. It might have a picture on it. But you're going to get that. So that's from the 1902 magazine. And then from the Good Housekeeping, I think I'm just going to give everyone... the magazine had some stories in it, but the back of the half of the magazine was just all advertising pages from 1914. So these are all the advertising pages at the back. So I'm going to be including one of the advertising pages as well. So you'll have that. Now the Munsey magazine had advertising pages as well. And if I have enough of them, I'm going to go ahead, and it's a little bit shinier than the Good Housekeeping, but it does have some really cute advertising on as well. So you'll get one of those as well. I should have enough to do all of them. And then I was tearing up 2 of my books that I've had on my shelf for a while. This is the Oxford Book of Garden Flowers. I've torn that up, so you're going to get one of those. And then this one is the Illustrated Book of Wildflowers, and you're going to get one of those as well. So those are the 2 book pages. And then I'm going to throw in a blank bag. So you have one for the outside that's already collaged. You're going to get a blank bag as well. And there was one other thing I was thinking of adding in there, and it's gone. It's gone. It was another book page, and I can't remember what book it was. But I was going to add another book page of something, and it'll come to me. What I'm trying to do is keep it to a certain size so that when I put this into an envelope, these are all coming by envelope, they will all fit in and it won't cost me a lot for shipping. So that's what I'm trying to do, is keep the shipping down to a minimal cost. So basically I am just going to put all this stuff back inside this little bag. And like I say, you may get a few more little pieces as I start sorting through my stuff. I may come across 1 or 2 more pieces. But that's basically the beginnings of it. That's kind of what it is. If I come across some stickers or some tickets or some labels, I might throw those in there as well. I knew there was another book page that I wanted to add to this, and it'll come to me once I get going. I still have a big, huge stash. Oh, and the other thing I was going to do, I know what it was. I have all these fussy cuts of flowers and birds. So you will get a fussy cut of a flower and a bird as well. That's the other thing I was going to add to this, was fussy cuts as well. So I will be loading these up onto my Etsy shop. It is Darlene's Creative Shop over on Etsy. If you follow me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. I do have a website, and I do believe my Etsy shop, darlenescreativestudio.com, is linked in there as well. And thank you so much for following along on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. I really do appreciate all your support and your kind comments. You have kept me going through over the last year of this terrible COVID situation. So this is really helping me, purging all my stuff and then making room for my next big project. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you real soon. Bye for now.